Hey guys, I'm Kayla, the travel nurse, and today we're going to talk about certifications. Which certifications should you have before you start traveling? The most basic ones would be your BLS and your ACLS. Those should be your bare minimum certifications that you possess before you even start traveling. I know different departments require different certifications, but these should be the two things that you hold already. Some departments require PALS. That is optional, of course, for a lot of departments, but it's not a bad one to consider getting. Most of you already possess BLS and ACLS. I would highly recommend that those of you who do not and would like to obtain those certifications, check out American Heart Association. They are the most widely accepted provider for BLS, ACLS, and PALS, in addition to some other courses that they may offer that you may or may not need. No different specialties require different certifications, and by obtaining these certifications before you start traveling will definitely help you stand out amongst the crowd. I'm only going to review the most common departments and specialties that we see in travel world. Just keep in mind that some of the ancillary departments also have their own requirements for certifications. I'm going to link down in the description box below the recommended departmental certifications that you should be looking into. I'm going to voice over all of these slides, so just bear with me, and that way it'll make it a little bit easier for you to jot things down as we're going through them. In addition to BLS and ACLS, highly recommended ER certifications include TNCC and NAH stroke certification. Additional certifications for the ER include ENCP, TCRN, CPEN, SANE, ASLS, CEN, EVADE, MOAB, and CPI. Highly recommended ICU certifications include CCRN, NIH, and TNCC. Depending on your subspecialty, CNRN, CVRN should also be considered, and CPI should be considered as an additional certification for all ICU nurses. For Med-Surg, ACLS and NIH are highly recommended. In addition to those, PALS, RN, BC, and any specialty within Med-Surg, CMSRN, and CCCTM should also be considered. ER has very few recommended certifications. PALS and NIH are the two that are highly recommended. And then the additional certification that should be considered is the CNOR, which will make you stand out amongst others. PACU also has a few recommended certifications. PALS and NIH are the highly recommended, and then CPAN and CAPA, CAPA are also additional certifications that should be considered for the PACU. These are general certifications that RNs could consider. They are not required by any means, but some of the certifications are EKG, IV and PICC, WOCN, which is wound ostomy and continence nurse. These would be good for nurses who deal with long-term care, such as like ICU or rehab nurses. CNL, which is a clinical nurse leader, which would require a master's degree, or CNE, clinical nurse educator, which would also require a master's degree. Just remember that these certifications are not required. A lot of them are highly recommended, and the rest are just additional ones for you to consider getting. What I do is once I get certifications or I have something updated to my profile, whether it be like a vaccination, something that's required, I use this app called CamScanner. I love this app. I'm a huge proponent of it. I highly recommend anyone and everyone use this to keep everything nicely organized. So what I'll do is I'll take all my certifications, I will upload them, it just scans them in to the app, and then we'll structure them to make them very sharp and clear. It'll put everything into one giant PDF, and then that way all you have to do is it's a one click and a send in an email to your compliance officer, to your facility, whoever might be requesting the information. It is so simple, you guys. I can't even stress how simple it is. So I personally do this for vaccinations, I do it for my physical, I do it for all my travel receipts, I do it for my certifications, to keep my contracts in order. Like anything that I think would be relevant that somebody would ask me for, I put it into CamScanner and I keep it organized. And the other thing that I like to do is I like to keep a paper record with me at all times. I have this file folder. I got this at Walmart. It's super simple. I think it was like $3. You can find them at the Dollar Tree. Inside here, I keep all of my vaccination records. I keep all of my certifications. I keep my licensures. Again, it's just anything that somebody might ask me for, and I can provide them the proof of documentation. That way, let's say I'm working and the facility says, oh, we need, I don't know, your MMR titer. Well, instead of having to send them like the whole vaccination record, I can just walk in their office, they can make a copy of it, easy peasy, we're done. So that's the way I like to operate. Of course, this is not required, it's just optional, but I just find that it makes things a little bit smoother. I'll link all of the certification websites in the description box below so that you can go ahead and explore some of these options for yourself. Until the next video, good luck and happy travels.